pick a card reading. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for my old subbies. I really do appreciate y'all. I love doing these videos and I couldn't do them without you. So, yes, I just love you and appreciate you very much. Welcome to another pick a card. Today's reading is going to be how can you step into your power. So you have 3 piles to choose from. Pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. I'll give you a minute to deliberate. Okay, pile number 1. How can you step into your power? How can pile number 1 step into their power? Pile number 1, how can you step into your power? Pile number 1, how can you step into your power? Pile number 1, how can you step into your power? Pile number 1, how can you step into your power? One more shuffle. Pile number 1, how can you step into your power? We have Ariel, new psychic and spiritual experiences are changing the way you view the world and yourself. Allow your spiritual gifts to open through study, prayer, and meditation. We have Bethany, when you take excellent care of yourself, everybody benefits. Give yourself a relaxing treat today, such as a massage, a sea salt bath, or a pedicure. We have Fiona, now that you've asked the angels for help, be open to receiving divine guidance and assistance. You deserve heaven's help. That's not what I wanted to do. I guess I was wrong about. Never mind, never mind. For some of you, because I did see the, I think it's Gabrielle card. I get it quite a bit, but it's the communication and media card. So I feel like some of you may have like a beauty, like you're wanting to do like a beauty tarot channel or something, spiritual channel with like beauty inspired. So step into that power, start that channel. Spirit, how can they step into their power? I feel like your power is going to be more of the feminine energy of receptivity with this Bethany card. And with this, like, receiving, right? With Fiona, we say, now that you've asked the angels for help, be open to receiving. So, also, for some of you, I'm hearing medium, psychic medium, talking to the other side. So, receiving those messages, right? Spirit, how can pile number 1 step into their power? How can pile number 1 step into their power? How can pile number 1 step into their power? Sorry, y'all. One more shuffle. How can pile number 1 step into their power? We have the 3 of Pentacles. We have the Hierophant reversed. And we have the Knight of Cups. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you might be in a traditional workplace with the Hierophant here, but it's like a 9-to-5 cubicle type of job. And you work really hard, but it's like you're off dreaming. The Knight of Cups can be sort of like a daydreamer energy. So it's like you're never really present there, right? Like you have all of these dreams. Maybe you want to be like a massage therapist, a beautician in some way, but in like more of a holistic, more of a psychic, spiritual, like spa. Maybe you want to own your own spa or something. And you're just sort of a million miles away from this like really very like patriarchal, corporate, traditional, you know, what your parent, like you're in like accounting or something, you know, like what your parents always wanted you to do, but like your heart's not in it, right? So how you step into your power is to, with this Fiona, be open to receiving my guidance. Now that you've asked your angels for help, like really trust the angels to guide you on your next path. So I feel like your angels are going to put things in your path that are going to be little stepping stones to what you ultimately want to do. For instance, if you get an ad about how to become a massage therapist, or how to become a life coach or something like that, then take that little stepping stone, right? But I feel like eventually, it might not be immediately, right? But eventually you will have to leave this situation because it's not serving anyone, right? Like, you don't want to be at this boring job, even though it might pay well. Your heart's not in it, you're not feeling it, and it's not your purpose, or it doesn't have any growth potential for you personally, because this is about stepping into our power, right? And so your power lies in these psychic spiritual gifts. I almost said psychic city. And, this sort of beauty, massage, relaxation vibes, right? So your power doesn't lie in like under fluorescent lights, like typing data into a computer, blah, 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 right? Like, your power lies in connecting with others through sort of sensual treats, connecting with others through esoteric means, through spirituality, through intuition. So, that's what you're dreaming about while you're like clicking your keyboard, all day. I would say, like, don't force anything, right? Like, don't like say like, screw you, boss, I'm starting a spa, like having no plan, right? But like I said, the angels are going to give you these little like breadcrumbs that lead you to your ultimate destiny, but it's going to come like one at a time. And so because you have these psychic gifts, these spiritual gifts, then I feel like you are more apt to recognize when you are connecting with your angels. And it might be something like a job as a receptionist at a spa. I had a job as a receptionist at a spa, by the way. But a job as a receptionist, that's not like, it's not like a massage therapist or anesthetician or anything like that. But it's still one little stepping stone to your ultimate goal of like owning a spa or something like that, right? And it's going to put you on your path. And it might be significantly less pay than what you're making now, but like, it's what the angels are have like carefully crafted for you, right? They have orchestrated things behind the scenes just for you, and you essentially built this matrix with them, right? So taking these opportunities that they put on your path is going to ultimately have you step into your power. Also, maybe doing things on the side, like tarot readings on the side, or reading natal charts, or Reiki healing, or anything like that. But let me know. I love you very much. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading, check the description box below. I love you. Bye. Pile number two. Pile number two. How can you step into your power? How can you step into your power? Pile number two. How can you step into your power? Pile number two. How can you step into your power? Pile number two. How can you step into your power? Pile number two. How can you step into your power? One more shuffle. Pile number two. How can you step into your power? Risk and reward, the apple. Jack-o'-lantern, protection. Trick or treat, mischief and play. We have two pumpkins here. Let me process this message. Let's see if we got it in the frame. So with mischief and play and risk and reward, it's pretty obvious to me that fun and excitement and getting out of your comfort zone is one way to step into your power. Maybe doing things outside of the box, sort of expanding your horizons, right? But making sure you are protected and protecting yourself, right? Like not just going bungee jumping without a safety net, or you know what I mean? So taking risks, but taking the proper precautions is really going to give you the rewards that you're seeking. Spirit, how can they step into their power? How can pile number 2 step into their power? How can pile number 2 step into their power? How can pile number 2 step into their power? How can pile number 2 step into their power? One more shuffle. How can pile number 2 step into their power? Six of Wands reversed, the Sun reversed, and the High Priestess. So I feel like a lot of you might be not risk takers at the moment. You might be sort of playing it safe, sort of like shrinking violet, wallflower, very quiet, timid, shy people. And so I feel like boldness is required on your part. You know, with this protection, it's kind of like you might be too fearful of what will happen if you do take risks, if you do have some sort of mischief, if you do play. We have the Six of Wands right here. The Six of Wands reversed is like, well, the Six of Wands is a card about victory, right? Victory, recognition, but it's victory and recognition that comes out of bravery and courage and like valor, right? Because he is marching on this horse, everyone's cheering him on, woo, 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 and he has this laurel wreath up here. So he's like been victorious in this journey, in this great grand adventure, right? But that great grand adventure did not come by just sitting and keeping quiet and staying meek and timid and not speaking up. And you know, you might be the type of person who's kind of lost in your own little world. Like you're very intuitive, you know a lot of things, and because you're very intuitive, you should have the right feelings when it comes to these risks and rewards, right? This mischief and play. If something, you know, this is Pisces energy, and I'm thinking of a quote from some like astrology thing I saw once. It was like advice for all the signs, and for Pisces I remember it saying something like your fears aren't always true. I know that's not exactly what it was saying, but it's like just because they're fears doesn't make them real. And because Pisces is this sign of illusions, this sign of you know, secrets, of the other side, other realms, sometimes victimhood, then I feel like sometimes Pisces can, you know, sort of be this mouse that shies away from life, from excitement, from risk, from mischief, from play, because, you know, they get a fear. And it's like the Moon card. Oftentimes whenever I see the Moon card, I describe like how it is at night and how the moon illuminates our path only like a small percentage of what the sun does, right? And it's interesting because we have the sun upside down here. So a lizard can look like a dragon, right? It's like, I feel like for a lot of you, your nightmares are, you're sort of making mountains out of molehills. And so to step into your power requires a level of bravery, right? It doesn't mean that you're not fearful. It doesn't mean that those fears don't exist. It just means being courageous enough, being brave enough to take that risk in spite of those fears. Take that risk knowing that those fears aren't real, that those fears are a delusion, right? Also with the sun reversed here, it's like not shining your brightest, right? Not sort of living up to your full potential because you're not taking any of these risks. You're not sort of living up to the mantle that requires this Six of Wands, right? That sort of bravery that requires Six of Wands achievement. So let me know if that resonates. I love you very much. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you'd like a personal reading, check the description box below. I love you. Bye. Pile number three. Pile number three. How can you step into your power? Pile number three, how can you step into your power? Pile number three, how can you step into your power? Pile number three, how can you step into your power? Pile number three. Pile number three, how can you step into your power? Pile number three, how can you step into your power? Pile number three, how can you step into your power? One more shuffle. Pile number three, how can you step into your power? Sad Embrace reversed, Metamorphosis, and education. So some of you guys might be going through a dark night of the soul. You might have suffered some depression. I feel like that depression is subsiding. It's not as strong as it might have been in the past, but it is challenging, right? And I feel like this depression, it is a dark night of the soul. It's meant to help you ascend to the next level in life. Sometimes, not all the time, if you suffer from clinical depression, from chronic depression, then, you know, don't take, you know, still take your medicine and still go to therapy and all of that. But when we're going through the dark night of the soul, it's to sort of help us level up. It's to help us gain immunity from human suffering. Because once we survive depression, it's like we can handle smaller doses of sadness, right? That others might not be able to experience. And with this metamorphosis, it's like, yes, this painful period in your life has helped you transform into a higher spiritual being, right? It's helped you elevate into a higher state of consciousness. And so I feel like with this dark night of the soul, you might have had things like Kundalini awakening, you might have had things like twin flame journey, but a whole new spiritual experiences opening up. And so with this education card, I feel like you need to gain more information about these new spiritual experiences. It could be like starseed journey. It could be any number of things, right? But let's get some more cards to clarify. So how you step into your power. Knowledge is power. I know what I know. The more you learn, the more you grow. That was a dorky song we sang in school. But I feel like the more you study about spirituality and psychic awareness, especially, like I said, dark night of the soul, any of the other things I mentioned, then that's going to help you step into your power, right? As the more you learn about these spiritual journeys, the more you'll gain mastery and like power and control over yourself. Group number three, how can they step into their power? Group number three, how can they step into their power? Group number three, how can they step into their power? Group number three, how can they step into their power? One more shuffle. Group number three, how can they step into their power? Can't believe I sang you that dorky song. We have the Queen of Cups, we have the Ace of Swords reversed, and we have the Two of Swords reversed. So I feel like with the Queen of Cups is very psychic. She's very intuitive. She feels things. You could be going through clear sentience, clear audience, clairvoyance, and stepping into those sort of psychic abilities. And it could have only been activated through some sort of sadness, right? After coming out of that sadness, you were a whole new person, right? You were transformed into a whole new person. And so to delve deep into our feelings, we come out clean, right? Come out, it's kind of like Scorpio energy. She can be Cancer or Pisces, doesn't have to be, but with Scorpio energy, similar to a butterfly, it's like the phoenix from the ash, right? It's like we die and then transform into something beautiful, right? We burn down into ash like the phoenix and then fly up into this beautiful bird with red and gold wings, right? The butterfly, whenever it's in its cocoon, I forgot which stage, but at some stage during the cocoon phase, it, like, the caterpillar turns into like goo, right? It just sort of like melts, right? So it's like an animal, an insect just melts, right? And then like after it melts, it grows into what a butterfly eventually becomes, right? And so this whole experience has shattered sort of untruths, some beliefs you used to have. So you have to sort of reprogram your belief systems, your thoughts, thought patterns, and how you used to see the world, right? And the way you're going to reprogram those things is through education, is through learning all these spiritual experiences, all these spiritual journeys that each of us go, or each one in the spiritual community goes through in some way, shape, or form at different stages, right? And with this Two of Swords reversed, I feel like the blindfold is finally off, right? Like you can see things in a whole new way. So this could be, I'm saying like so many different things, but you know, it could be ayahuasca, right? It's like your ego death. It's like you can't see things any other way at this point, right? It's like blindfolds off, you can see things clearly, and any illusions that you had in the past are just sort of shattered, and so it's like a whole new way of being, a whole new way of doing things, right? So how you step into your power is learning, you know, all of this new age woo-woo spiritual stuff, right? Let me know if that resonated. I love you very much. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you'd like a personal reading, check the description box below. I would actually really love to hear any sort of journey you might have been called to, because I love that stuff. I just love it. I eat it up. Anyway, I love you. Bye.